Hello there, Dr. Tyran Mincey from Montclair, New Jersey here, continuing our discussion of 10 immune boosting steps against COVID-19. As a part of our immune system crusade, we're here today to share some good information with you that you can use to optimize your immunity regardless of what the challenge is. So let's get to it. In a previous video, we covered the very first step to optimizing immune system function. So see that video, it talks about step 1. Today we're here to talk about step 2. We want to optimize the snot. And of course that sounds kind of crude, but optimizing the snot is a very important thing because snot is a composite of different types of things, including water, antimicrobial substances, and other factors that deter viruses, bacteria, and other sort of infectious agents. And if the snot is not optimized, things don't work. Therefore, if a virus, a bacteria, or a pollen was outside the body and attempted to get through and made it through the first barrier that we talked about, maybe because you didn't follow that advice or suggestion or didn't get a consultation on the quality of your first barrier, then they would have a second barrier to go through, which would be snot. And if that were optimized, it would have properties that would also deter these things from going further in. Ultimately, when it comes to snot, if there's something in it that doesn't belong there that's an irritant, we tend to have to expel it. And that's how we would get rid of that. So how can we optimize snot, or mucus is what it's also called professionally in doctors' realms? Well, this requires an action step on your part again. We need you to do something. And in this case, we need you to first consult your healthcare team. Why? Because when patients come in and they have issues with snot, with their mucus, sometimes it's too thick, sometimes it's too thin. Sometimes it's so thick that it gags them or it makes it difficult to breathe. Other times it's thin and runny and won't stop. And those two different presentations require two different approaches. So it's a very individual, personal kind of thing that needs to be evaluated by someone who understands. Next, after the mucus evaluation, after you consult your team of healthcare practitioners, one of the things that you can do quite easily is get the right type and amount of water. Now, we know there are large discussions about water, and we have some published papers that you're welcome to go to the website and send us an email. We're happy to send them to you that evaluate different types of water. That's way beyond the discussion that we would go into here. But what we can say, so that you are thinking with it, is that all water isn't for everyone. Water is supposed to be fairly close to neutral, and it's supposed to go in the body and not be a stressor. Depending on the person's state or the balance of their body, they may require water that is very neutral or water that is very alkaline, like is sold in some stores. But those waters are not for everybody. Some people just need good, filtered, clean water. The one thing I can say to you is one of the most important things you can do with regard to water is to make sure you're consuming good, filtered, or purified water. Many of the tap waters that are out there, although they pass minimum standards, have things in them that sometimes are stressors on the body and make it very difficult for them to function. So make sure you get the right amount and type of water, get the water evaluated, make sure it's clean water, and make sure your team weighs in on what type of water is right for you. And if your team doesn't understand that, you don't have enough team members to do the job, because someone on that team should understand the importance of good quality water and the right pH that's required for you. One other thing that we need to consider in the discussion of the right type of water is that many things that we eat cause us to lose more water. So it's a personal decision. It's very difficult to say everybody needs this much water or this many glasses. Would an athlete who goes out and runs and sweats a lot daily need the same amount of water as a person who's sedentary and stays home? Probably not. But medications, teas, herbs, the amount of coffee that one drinks, all of these cause a dehydration type process in the body and cause a person to need more water. So it is important to have it properly evaluated based on your personal activities and consumptions. As a reminder, we'll do a quick review here, and we talked about the importance of optimizing snot or mucus as your second step to improving your immunity, and that the second line of defense from the outside in is snot or mucus. And water plays a key role in the viscosity, thickness, or thinness of that mucus and the quality of it in terms of defending you. I'm Dr. Tyran Mincey. I hope you will actually do action step number 2, boost your immunity, and tell other people about this. And remember, until next time when we go to step 3, there's an immune system inside. Thanks.